action right now.
So today we have been exploring with young people how it feels to be asked to fill in a questionnaire about your well-being and about your levels of anxiety. And we've been curious about how it feels when a young person is asked to do this, because it's a standard form of evaluating programs for mental health. And we never really are that curious about how it feels to be somebody who is asked to complete these a little bit out of the blue. You're handed this measure. So we're curious how they feel about it and if that experience is something we should be concerned about and what young people's solutions are to making that a better research experience.
It's trying to address sort of acknowledge barriers to the use of arts-based practices in mental health research. What we mean by research, what we mean by participation, what we mean by kind of mental health and young people. You know, all of these terms are kind of, we all think we know what they mean, but actually if you bring together a group of researchers and young people, you can see that they're pretty contested.
So this weekend I am hoping to achieve lots of connection for the young people and translate that into some creative output. For me, it is looking at more creative methods of young people responding to the way that they feel. So not looking at numbers and questionnaires, different measures. Hopefully we'll find some really interesting outcomes from looking at some creative measures, really.
One of the fundamental principles of this project, and without which this project wouldn't happen, is the young people. So my role has been in recruiting the young people from all across the country, from the ages of 10 to 24, and with whom we're working. So that's the social scientists and the artists, facilitators, and the young people are all working together to help this research and to help us explore how we can improve how research is done.
Hi there, I am Shiv.
My name is Daria.
My name is Frida.
Hi, I'm Sreya.
Hi, I'm Sophie.
And what we've been doing so far is we've been using artistic concepts to sort of explain our feelings and see how we've been feeling so far. So we're trying to explore how our emotions and how we can show them to other people, because it's a bit difficult to explain sometimes. So we're using sort of concepts to figure that out, yeah.
Really good time, because it's the main thing, but also it seems like this weekend's going to be more about like self-realization, so hopefully a bit of that as well.
Now we've been doing like an intro session to collaging, which has been very fun. I've got loads of glue on my hands, but I've made a whole thing actually, which I didn't think I was going to do in this amount of time, but I'm not, it's the start of an artwork at least.
Being creative in any context is amazing for everyone, in whatever capacity that is, and I think it's a great way to understand how people are feeling, what they're thinking. Yeah, it's a great way of generating conversations and thoughts, I think, yeah.
I feel like it's good, like they don't, I like how the WAPA doesn't like try to force you into doing anything, like it's all an option. So if you ever feel uncomfortable or you just want a break, you're allowed to do that and like you don't get punished for it. It's also very inclusive, you're given opportunities to get involved, and it's just like the freedom you get and like just the people you're around, it's nice and very positive.
So one of the things that I find quite frustrating often in mental health research is that what typically happens is there will be a survey at the beginning of a project, then young people will do kind of some sort of arts activity, and then there'll be a survey at the end of the project, and then the measurement will be kind of, you know, so by doing this art have things got better. And actually very little work looks at the products made and the type of work that the young people are making, and quite often, you know, that's the reason why the young people have got involved in a particular project.
I think the importance of the youth voice, if you're doing a project or if you're doing research for young people, that you're doing it with young people, and to not see that as a tick box activity, but to really recognise that there is massive value in what they can provide. Their insight is, as an expert, is as valuable as the researchers, as any third party or stakeholder that might involve themselves with your project, but that youth voice should be elevated to equal status within whatever that research is, and that's what we're hoping to do with Project Create.
I think these types of research living labs that we run are really changing the way I think about how we do research in mental health for young people. So I'm hoping to continually be challenged and changed by learning from young people about what it feels like to be asked very personal questions about your mental health, particularly when you've just been engaging in a really pleasant art experience and then you're pulled out of that to reflect more on more difficult things that you're going through. So it's going to certainly change my practice, but we hope that as we build up a much stronger picture of what's happening and we compile good reports on that, we can share that with the research community so we can do research better, more ethically, more sensitively, and possibly even in more fun ways for young people.